we don't need the old pagan order anymore. And I see sometimes in Girardian circles, I was arguing with a Girardian socialist, and I said, well, that socialism is violence. He said, yeah, but we're not fully evolved enough, so we need that violence.
Yeah.
That's like the Katechon. We still need that. And I hear conservatives talk that way too. We need that violence. We need a little paganism.
Yeah.
Because if we really embrace the kingdom of God, then there's nothing to hold the social order together. And the New Testament very strongly emphasizes not the strength of the catechon, but the weakness. When
Amen.
they confront Jesus and he talks about Satan casting out Satan, he doesn't say, and that's a good plan and that works. He said, well, if Satan casts out Satan, the house is divided and will surely fall. And
Amen.
then Paul later in the controversies, when they're going back to the catechon, with the Galatians, he calls them weak and beggarly and elementary. Once Jesus comes along, there's no going back. And these trad cats, trad Orthodox, trad Calvinists, trad everything that Sarit talked about, they're all trying. And it's interesting. I mean, but for a slight difference in who they had read on the internet, they could have been fiercely anti-Catholic. They could have been Calvinists who say the Pope is the Antichrist, but they read a little something else and no, the Pope must be obeyed and everybody else is going to hell, or maybe it's Eastern Orthodox. But they really it's
They're
like a
like they
pink.
come from the same factory. They're just a
Or
different
the
flavor. Yeah.
Pope must be obeyed and he is the Antichrist.
Yes, exactly. Right. Or the Sedevants, well, there isn't a Pope, but sociologically, these guys are really all the same and they're repaganizing.
Yeah.
So it's ressourcement and reformed thought. So we need to go back to the magisterial Protestants, which means we need to persecute Catholics. Or no, we need to go back to the Tridentine and the Council of Trent, which we need to, prosecute Protestants. And the Mortera case, the church was right to kidnap a Jewish kid. Or maybe it's the Eastern Orthodox, and they feel like they're so different. Girard is so right about that. They are so alike. And the more they fight with one another, the more alike they are. And they're all paganizing. They're all going back to the catechon. They're all thinking in archetypes and cool ideas. And they've got ostentatious beards or whatever is the fashion of the day to demonstrate that. But none of them are embracing the kingdom of God. They're moving backward from the kingdom of God. But you can't move backward from the kingdom of God. It
Yeah.
just doesn't work. It's like if you're on a road, you're driving on a highway and you go from mile marker 1 to 5, that's okay. But if you go from mile marker 5 to 1, you put it in reverse, death and destruction. You can't go backwards. And all of these attempts to go backwards are going to end in death and destruction.